Happy Halloween, everybody. I thought that for this Halloween I would review not one but two movies that I'm going to do as separate videos by Rob Zombie, two remakes. And both of these are going to be retro reviews, meaning these are movie notes that I took in my database going back many, many years now. I have a whole series of them where from the year 2004 till about 2018 or so, I've been keeping notes on movies, and now I'm going to read them. This one here for Halloween, the remake, which was released in 2007, and my actual thoughts that I had way back in 2007 when I first came out of the movie theater and jotted them down. So here we go. Okay, I don't know which is harder for me to conceive that there is now a needless remake of the classic Halloween in existence, or that I actually went to the theater to see it. Just to give an idea where my head was while going in, I'm generally against these pointless modern remakes of past films that are already established as good movies. Although sometimes, if rarely, I have been pleasantly surprised. While I acknowledge John Carpenter's 1978 classic original as a good and important horror film, I never thought it was excellent and perfect. And that was partly why I didn't mind checking out Rob Zombie's variation. I also gave Rob Zombie the benefit of the doubt because I was completely knocked out by his film The Devil's Rejects, which I thought nailed the feel of 70s exploitation a shock fest, and that was film was like a modern day Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was really good. But this new Halloween from 2007 just may be the definitive example of when an unnecessary remake has no real artistic reason for being made, save for the obvious almighty dollar and box office name appeal. The best thing about having seen it was that I have been running Carpenter's classic over in my mind, and it now fares even stronger than ever in comparison. Halloween 2007 can be summarized as two halves. The first half tries to cover all new territory by showing us the dysfunctional family life of adolescent Michael Myers and how he deteriorates into becoming a deranged killer. He's got a stripper for a mother, played by Sherry Moon Zombie, obviously the wife of Rob Zombie, and an abusive bum for a father figure. The kid is routinely teased in school, and he takes his aggressions out on small animals, of course, before graduating up to people. And later on in the movie, we advance 15 or so years to when Myers is then in his 20s and escapes from his mental hospital and heads back to his hometown for more carnage with his personal psychiatrist in hot pursuit. For starters, this could have been a stalk and slash flick about any screwed up serial killer child with a harsh past who went wrong. He need not be Michael Myers. The continuous cursing and F bombs, not that I'm a prude, but they went way overboard, and the script was not well written. I didn't care for all the misplaced rock music throughout the movie, though one fine exception was when the chilling Don't Fear the Reaper was placed into the mayhem. The same song worked in the original too in 1978, and is rather Halloween friendly, I'll give it that. But it was a sin to have the patented Halloween theme, plus other standard cues, and Mr. Sandman strewn about as if to remind us that this was supposed to be like the other movies. The first half, where we follow Michael's predictable path to becoming a full-fledged madman, is the more interesting one, and at least Zombie attempted to try something different. Yet at the same time, with so much backstory of Michael's upbringing and the various clues as to why he became a demented slasher, doesn't that give us too much information and take away the mystery we've come to associate with this boogeyman or the shape? Are we to actually sympathize with this Michael Myers? The second half just felt like the director had to go through all the obligatory motions by featuring duplicate scenes straight out of the first Halloween, and even dropping familiar dialogue and key names here and there like Ben Tramer, just because it's what fans of the original may remember. None of these homages were directed with 1/10 of the flair which John Carpenter demonstrated, and the characters were also not nearly as well defined, unsurprisingly. Babysitter Laurie Strode, yes, they used the name, and her two girlfriends are just stuck into the proceedings because it's a Halloween remake. That's the only reason they have the characters in there. One of these teens, quote, is now played by former child actress Danielle Harris, who was previously featured in Halloween's 4 and 5 as Michael Myers' niece, Jamie. Malcolm McDowell, the great actor, is no substitute here at all for the obsessive Donald Pleasance as the obligatory Dr. Loomis, but it's not so much the fault of the actor as it is the weak writing and having to follow in the footsteps of an already established and patented characterization. I hated all the cute little cameos too. Zombie, has distracting cameos in it as we play the game. Hey, who can we spot next? Brad Dourif enjoys quality time as the sheriff, but Udo Kier has one dumb line and would have been missed if you blinked. Hey, look, there's Ken Foree of Dawn of the Dead. And Clint Howard and Sid Haig, but both with hair. I mean, isn't that old lady who's playing Laurie's mom, Dee Wallace? Hey, it's Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees playing a redneck gun salesman. Look, I can see that near the climax of this thing, Zombie tried to take over the reins himself once again and get off the track of repeating the original film to end it as his own baby. But none of that worked at all, and it was a fatal case of me just getting bored and wanting the whole thing to finish up so I could leave the theater. Too much blood and gore, too much prolonged nonsense, and a final scene before the credits, which really was a lousy way to wrap up the whole picture. Just a terrible and empty conclusion. There is said to be a longer work print with a different ending, which could possibly show up on a DVD one day, but I won't be bothering. And now just a note I'm adding today. Since this review was written in 2007, I mean, there probably were a lot of, extra bonuses on the DVDs, but in an attempt here to find something positive to say about this thing, I thought there were some good kill scenes now and then. And the boy playing young Myers was pretty good. The large actor who takes over as a hulking adult version of the boy was truly imposing, I'll give it that. And his famous shape mask was probably the best looking since the first film. But so what? What's it all for? At least John Carpenter's classic gains even more respect for me as a result of this. And this is just not needed. I give it 1.5 out of 4 stars. And I went to see Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which is going to be my next video. Wait to see that and see what you think of that one.